Maybe I'm too woke, but I don't find the quarter zip shit funny because I also didn't find it funny a couple years ago when all those black men put on suits and then stood around in suits. I don't understand what men in general, but especially black men's obsession is with defining themselves by their clothing and not really actively doing it. It's not deeper than just like, well, we can put on suits. I can also put on a suit. What is the point that you're trying to make here? Like, it's like costume. Like, let's dress up as the social idea of success or productivity or decent productive human being. I don't even understand what y'all are trying to communicate to us. Y'all are constantly like essentially dressing as white men. Like, that's kind of the underlying idea. Suits, quarter zips, like associating yourself with this like stereotypically white.
The quarter zip movement is not saving black men from racism because respectability politics ain't working. Black men were wearing suits and collared shirts in the 1950s, and we're still drinking from fountains labeled colored only. My brother MLK was assassinated in a suit. So for black and white people to get on the internet and act like a Patagonia vest is the best thing that happened to YN is just flat out ignorant of the history. And as a black man at an Ivy League, I still wear my do-rag to class every day because I'm smart enough to realize that my comfortability is more important than someone else's performative approval.
I just saw a white man comment, the quarter zip movement is doing more for the black community than the Black Lives Matter movement ever could. And I would just like to take this time to remind y'all that respectability politics will never save the black community.
Ain't nobody doing shit for no white man gaze. I hate when we turn these innocent trends into these respectability politic topics. That's not how black people see fashion. That's not how black people see style, right? Quarter zips are in right now. Cool, whatever. That's the trend. It's cool. They're not trying to be white adjacent. They found a style that's cool and they're rocking it. Same thing with the polos. I said this in the video about the polos. People, when I got Ralph Lauren, the first person I seen rock it was Young Dro. That was the first person I ever seen rock polo. All of a sudden, niggas showing up in prom to prom in polo. You feel me? That's not how black people see fashion or see fashion trends.
We don't do Nike Tech. We don't do coffee. There's straight quarter zips and matches around here.
Now, I wasn't going to talk about any of the Met Gala looks at all, but I can't sit here and lie. The only person that I respect that was there was Wisdom, and he had the best outfit. Look at this man, and I was surprised to hear that this is actually the first time he's ever been invited. I don't really pay attention to it that much, so I wouldn't have really known. But Wisdom, I've said this before, he is the best creative, the best stylist in fashion, and he has been for years right now, honestly. He was in a custom look by Robert One called the Burnt Red Rose, inspired by the romantic aspect of the color red. This full red look used techniques of burning, hand printing, and painting to create it. All of this to perfectly...
For as long as I can remember, black men have led the world in style. Fashion, creativity, boldness, and most importantly, swagger. No matter the era or generation, black men excelled in making old things new and inventing new ways to be stylish and express themselves. And despite constant scrutiny, black men always look to be enjoying themselves. No matter the challenges, whether it be fighting in wars, where they're under attack from all sides, including their own, or at home trying to go about their lives peacefully, black men held their heads high, holding back the greatness in them. For that strength in adversity that black men constantly display invites challenge. It incentivized the jealous and the envious to create new ways of aggression towards black men. Wherever greatness was seated, black men sat. So everyone else moved the goalpost and exclaimed greatness was found somewhere else. Did it ever occur to these simpletons that MLK was assassinated because he was a well-spoken black man in a suit making change in the world? I don't remember history telling of black men in Nike Techs being assassinated. As far as I can remember, it has always been outspoken black men in fine dresswear, leading the black masses in changing the world, whose lives were cut short. A shame these black women are, who criticize their brothers, enjoying a trend of wholesomeness, a compilation of videos of black men drinking beverages, playing chess, and greeting each other on the street with endearing gestures and firm handshakes, reading books and expressing no aggression towards each other whatsoever. Only the hateful, bitter, and those who are in outright opposition to black men could possibly frown upon this trend. Black women, no less, are criticizing black men regarding the matter of conformity. Black women, no less, are criticizing black men on matters of their love for self and personality. How ironic. Black women, no less, have the unmitigated gall to speak on black men's desire for white approval. My question is, which part of blonde hair is a black woman's personality? Which part of blue eye contacts displays a black woman's disdain for conformity? Which part of skin bleaching displays a black woman's love for self? Which part of black women's expression of love for self makes them desire the approval of white men over the approval of black men? I'll answer for you. It's the part of their personality that hates themselves, a form of Stockholm syndrome that makes the victim believe that the negative behavior and attributes, the least threatening to the oppressor, are best practiced. Black men in suits. Displaying uniformity has always scared white people. Black men's unpermitted success has always made white people uncomfortable. And here, black women are, standing between black men and appearing threatening to whiteness. Because whiteness is clean and professional and blackness is rough and disheveled. Yes, they learned this from slavery. But no, it does not make it acceptable.
Dandyism, or the dandy style, is defined as a man who pays extreme attention to looking stylish and his overall appearance. The modern practice of this style first appeared in the 1970s in London and Paris. However, black communities around the world, like the Sappers of the Congo, as well as the Rude Boys of Jamaica, adopted this style and made it what it is today. Colorful suits, classic dress, shoes, and a lot of accessories, including ornate jewelry, pocket squares, and suspenders, all characterize dandyism. Black people in the diaspora have now become the face of dandyism.
I'm from the poorest neighborhood in Harlem. Goodwill's was our Macy's. But when I got dressed, even in clothes that wasn't mine, nobody knew how poor my family was. And that, for me, was the birth of dandyism, because I saw the power of transformation that could take place with your clothes. Instantly, you can become somebody else.
There's nothing more dandy than an African man, like dressed to the nines. Really, the first person I thought of was my dad, who is not... well, you know, to me, he is a historical icon.
I feel good. You look incredible too, brother.
Thank you, sir. Black Dandyism. Please explain to the country of Canada what that means and the significance of it.
I think it's the history of tailoring that black men have also always done, innovated with, how we create ourselves, especially when we started to create ourselves from nothing.
Yes.
And actually present ourselves.
Yes.
I mean, look at us, the way we tell our story. We don't allow the universe to tell us who we are.
Right.
We do it from the ground up. So really, superfine is actually a wool that, you know, actually former slaves, they would wear, and that's why it's called superfine tailoring. And they would like put on their superfine wool to feel fantastic. It's about the tailoring.
You go out to the mall this weekend and you look around and you see the average 40-year-old man and a 5th grader. They're both wearing jeans, some sort of graphic t-shirt, a ball cap, tennis shoes. That's not the way it's supposed to be. There's not a lick of difference between the way they're dressed. Yeah, it's cool to dress comfortable. That's where we really got hit. Dressing comfortable, dressing down to where we look so youthful, streetwear, hip hop, all that kind of stuff. And then when we go out and people just naturally don't necessarily take you as seriously. The human brain works on archetypes. We associate uniforms with different things. It's hardwired into us. I'm not trying to say that putting on a suit is going to all of a sudden make your life easy. I'm not saying if you actually just, you know, change the way you dress, that all of a sudden all our problems are going to disappear. But what I am saying is it challenges the stereotype. It challenges the way the world looks at you, and more importantly, the way you look at yourself.
I'm not gonna lie. If we start dressing like this again, with the cloaks, with a little fur around the neck, oh! Foul. If we get this type of swagger back, because I'm sorry to say, a good majority of us, we lost it. We lost it. We had something fire right here. Now I ain't saying wear it all the time. I'm talking about on formal events. No, you know, I ain't saying like dress like this 24/7. That would be insane. Okay, we going through a heat crisis. But formal wear, this with a cloak. they wouldn't know what to do with this. They wouldn't know what to do with this. All of us walking around like we got some dignity? What? They talking about black fatigue. They gonna be real fatigued of us then. They gonna be real fatigued of us then. I need y'all to envision. I need y'all to see what I'm seeing. I need y'all to tap into what I'm tapping into right here. Look at the furs. Look at the suit. Look at the watches, the brakes. Imagine pulling up to a function like this. Dripped out with the cloak and the leather gloves on. Oh my God. Yeah, y'all don't understand the potential we have. Y'all don't understand what we could do to them right now.
I'm gonna show you guys my favorite 3 outfits that's gonna make you guys look good for your date with your crush. First, we got the all black tee. You guys can wear this for any occasion. Now, we're going with all black with wide pleated trousers because it's going to add that nice business casual look. Now, the all black is very, very masculine, especially when you got black on black on black with a nice silver piece. You can never go wrong. Now, for this type of fit, you guys can wear this to a cafe date, dinner date, you know, some sort of date night activity day. You can never go wrong with a black muscle t-shirt. You want to show off the muscle. We don't be in the gym for nothing. You want to show your date that you can pick her up and grab her, throw her across the room. That ass, that's what we want to show. So, outfit number 2, we got the trendy quarter zip. Again, you guys can never go wrong with this fit. It's trendy, it's classy, elegant, timeless piece. Shows that you guys present yourself a certain way. And obviously, if you guys want a particular type of woman, you gotta dress accordingly. If you want an elegant woman, you gotta be elegant. Feel me? So this is really nice. I like this.
As you can see, we have fallen far from grace, and of course this is by design, but a change must be made and the youth are taking steps in the right direction. The way we dress is a reflection of our condition and the health of our spirit. Black people are rich in spirit, and their stylish and colorful way of representing themselves to the world is a direct reflection of that. But as for the few black women and their apparent disapproval of the quarter zip trend, I believe it's an obvious display of jealousy. I often hear black women say to black men who are well dressed, clean, trimmed or shaved with their pants fastened by belt, that they look like they like white girls. That's quite telling. What this statement really means is that you appeal to a broader range of women, and that puts black women in competition with more women than they can compete with. That scares these women because it's hard enough now to get a well-put-together black man today. And as long as black men look unprofessional and disheveled, it would seem that they don't have to worry about much competition. But as black men continue to elevate themselves, it makes black men increasingly more attractive to all demographics of women, and shines a light on black women's more undesirable dating traits by contrast, like their out-of-wedlock childbirth rates, and attitude and obesity problem. Regardless, black men are proving that they're diamonds under pressure, that no matter what they must succeed and look the part. There is no other option. Like, comment, subscribe, share.